So hey everybody, and we're back with another video. I know I'm going to stay put with these godly videos because it is in the presence of the Lord to have me post these daily. So let's get into the topic of the day. The topic of the day is life. Now, back at this time, listen, your girl was in the spirit, okay? So if you got any questions on how it was this deep, ask the Lord. Anyway, it says, how do we see life exactly? Do we see life as being lost souls, lost-minded, unhappy, unforgiving, uncaring, less faith, less hope, no dreams, no sign of a brighter day? That the feeling of not living can change? Do we seek help in the eyes of God or in the eyes of Satan himself without even knowing? God said, you will find life through me. You will breathe the air that I breathe. You will learn the true meaning of living life in the presence of the Lord, for I am your Father. All right, I know y'all ready for the scriptures, okay? Because, but anyway, so we have 3 scriptures for us today. I'm not going to really read them all, but we have John chapter 14, verse 6. We also have John chapter 6, verse 35. We have Romans 12, verse 2, and we also have James chapter 4, verse 14. Okay, it'd be so confusing to say that all at once. But anyway, so and it has scheduled here that the 2 Johns are of the beginning of the speech, and I hope I'm putting this with the 2 Johns at the beginning of the speech, and the 2 Johns are for the ending of the speech, and the Romans and James is the beginning. Listen, I wrote this, so. But it's good. I mean, when I look at these scriptures that I have to back up these messages, it speaks everything that I've said. And that part amazes me in so many ways. Just looking back at, when you look back at the work that you've done or something that you really was like dedicated to, and you see it really all play out into perspective, it kind of like make your mind be in a whole area, in a whole other place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, honestly, this was pretty well done. So yeah, make sure you guys go check out those scriptures to get more detailing on the topic I gave today, to give you guys a little bit of insight of living life. Honestly, I am still learning this. I don't think this is a ever-ending process as far as life concerned. We all are going to have those bounce backs. We all are going to happen to figure out ways to live a better life, to make us peaceful, to make us happy, you know, regardless of anybody else's say so. And that's the problem, because I feel like with us living life, we are dedicated to how other people see our lives, how our parents, our friends, our boyfriends even, and we forget that God sees our life frequently. You know, he doesn't have no judgment on how our life is going to be. He doesn't have no problem with how our life is going to be. And I feel like we tend to forget that there is a God that we can go to instead of relying on people. Because people are going to upset you, but God would never upset you. You get what I'm saying? People are going to lie to you. God would never lie to you. People like speaking the truth of somebody else's lifestyle without even knowing if it's the truth. But see, God already knows it's the truth. And that's the things that we have to remember when it comes to living life. Another thing is, I am so happy I'm doing this. This is helping me get out of my phase, that a topic we're going to get to. that I think I might just get to it right after this, and it's about health. Because as you guys know, due to my healthful journey, due to the things I've been going through, it was very hard for me to live life at one point. Like, I honestly had a route of wanting to die because I felt like I was constantly going to die with having these seizures. I felt like there was not a never ending day. And it terrified me when they came. And I started to be afraid of death, and I started to be afraid to live. And I had to remember that God has survived me this far. So there is no reason for me to have this type of negativity or, bad vibe from this when he's been constantly keeping me on earth for a reason. And I have to always remember to fall back on God in those hard, deep times, because we get so stuck into the stuff that we're going through that we forget that there is a God, that there is somebody there that is going to love us. He's been keeping us alive. He's going to motivate us to stay stern on the path. And we have to remember that while we're going through our phases in life, because we don't want to get stern off track. We don't want to miss our path that he wants us to take, or it takes longer for us to get there. We want to be able to get there on time that he wants us to. And I just really, it was a very deep phase for me in this area, and I just had to remember that God is keeping me alive for a reason. As long as I survive through these seizures when they happen, as long as I'm still waking up for a new day, I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to live, and I'm going to live. I'm not going to be afraid of death. I'm not going to be afraid of living, because at the end of the day, when God is ready for me, God will be ready for me. And I know right now he ain't ready for me because he had told me 1,000 times. So I shall live in the presence of the Lord. Amen. So that's what we all have to realize. And that's what I had to realize. So, it's always going to be a never ending process when we're getting to the phase of living life. We just have to remember that there is God no matter what we're going through, and we have to understand that somebody else may be struggling more than us. God probably gave us the easy path to go. Other people got a lot of more struggles to catch up to. So if everybody remember that there's a God and that you are on this life for a reason, and you finally figure out your purpose. Now, figuring out your purpose is the best way and the big key to living life. Once you figure out what God really wants you to do, it will be easier for you to live life. Like with me, I feel like he wants me to motivate other people to follow him. That's just what I feel. But for other people, it can be different. God gives us work duties that we have to do on earth, and we must pursue them, and we must follow in the aspect of who he is. So I hope you guys love this topic about life today, and I hope you guys remember to live. Today is the day that you shall live, and you shall be free and give all your burdens to God. All right. And I hope you guys like this, and have a blessed day, everyone. Thanks for watching.